Hey everyone, Brian from Bearable Traders here. Wednesday, March 6th, midweek, doing a bit of a recap here where we are in the middle of the week after 3 days. And you can see for the bulls, it's been a rough 3 days. We had this big down day on Monday, kind of came back, and then another down day yesterday and another down day today. So 3 down days in a row on the Dow, and you can see here it's like all the other indexes, we seem to be putting in a double top or have put in a double top here at an area that we would have expected to see some resistance, of course. RSI rolling over a little bit here, certainly heading lower. MACD averages have crossed and we're heading down. So yeah, it looks weak. We may end up pulling back to this 200-day moving average or, and basically just consolidating. So we'll see which direction we head there. IWM, small caps at 2,000. You can see they're the ones that really got probably hit the most here. Double top again. RSI really rolling over. And we've, dropped down below the 200-day moving average here. And this was a big down day for the IWM. And that's why I had put on the TZA trade, the short of the small caps, which worked out quite well today. Talk about that a little later. The QQQs, again, maybe not quite as clean as a double top, but up in the resistance area, RSI rolling over. Not much volume there, or average type volume, and not a lot to say about MACD there, but technology seems to be holding it a little bit better than certainly than the small caps. And the large cap index, the S&P 500, again, double top, rolling over a little bit here. 200-day moving average, not that far away. Another 20 points. May go down and test that. Nothing to say about the volume. MACD rolling over. Dollar index, just taking a look at the US dollar strength against the other currencies. You can see here we're still right at this level of prior rejection, and we'll see which direction it goes. Again, it affects the pricing of commodities and emerging market stocks, etc. And the VIX, of course, with the markets rolling over, we're getting a little bit of bump up in the volatility index, and you can see we're coming up to the 200 now. So we'll see if that continues to rise as the markets sell off more, if that's what happens. The actives, let's take a look at what we got positions in. KO Coke, it seems to have topped out here, maybe a little bit, almost tested this 200-day, pulled back, and we'll see where it goes. Still in the position, of course, got in down here, 45-ish. And KHC took a position here, and I think we're pretty much sort of flat on this trade right now, stopping out at 32, hoping to get up to 35.5, still in that trade, and we'll see if we can get a better move on it tomorrow. Roku has been a star. Even with the market selling off, the stock just wants to go higher. And you can see here back in October, 75. That's going to be a pretty significant level of resistance, I think. But up to 72, over 72 today. And yeah, it's looking real strong still. TZA was a trade got in early in the week and took some profits yesterday, just take a little off the table, and took more off right at 10 today. And that's kind of one of the main targets I had, 10, because that looked like in this area of might be resistance, 200-day moving average. So took some off, but you can see it's still looking pretty good here. RSI is really turning up here. Great volume day, and MACD coming up here. So could be good for some more. Could easily push through the 200-day. And let's just take a look at the ones we've got on watch here, real quickly. Just looking at AVCO, kind of popped up on one of my scanners. And it's looking pretty good. It had some more action tonight after the pre-market was up a little bit more. And this, you can see this one can run. it's got a fair amount of shares outstanding, over 70 million shares. And so, but it definitely does look like it wants to turn up here. MACD had a double bottom, putting in a higher low here. Looks like RSI is looking pretty good. MACD is about to turn here. So I'm going to be watching this one tomorrow. See if I can take a position probably in this one. And dust. Dust is it's where I think there's seems to be some level of support right along this line. This was resistance before, sold off, came back. Now we've done a little bit of a flag here, and it seems to want to push higher. So I might add to or put in on a dust trade again. Because I had a dust trade earlier and took it off, but now it looks like it wants to go higher. So volume wasn't okay. RSI put a little pullback. Now it seems to want to go higher. MACD's turning up. So dust could be interesting. And again, if the dollar strengthens, gold price will go down. But gold seems to be hanging in there right now. Here's the gold GLD shares. Not a lot of movement in price in gold. Labu really rolled over, and I think some people were shorting this in the day trading room, and it's really been struggling here. So it might end up pulling back to this level, the 50. It looks like it's closed this gap here, so I might look for a bit of a reversal. But the biotechs have really been under some pressure here the last couple of days for sure. UNG always like to keep an eye on natural gas prices, and it's really, let's see, the 50 just crossed below the 200. I don't know, it's really seems directionless to me right now, so just still wait and watch. Like I said, on watch. And the energy sector, XLE, we just seem to be chopping along here, really no direction at this point. Nothing to see here. Utilities seem to be just hanging in there. They've had this big run, and safety trade is still still hanging in here. Bit of maybe losing a bit of momentum. Obviously, MACD tends to be rolling over. Not a lot of volume. RSI maybe a lower high here. So maybe the utilities are going to roll over a bit here. So that's it for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone had a good day today, and we'll see you in the Bear Bull trading room tomorrow morning. And if you haven't already, check out my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade by Brian Pezzin. That's me. Have a good night, everybody. Bye for now.